Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a video on how are you going to get your comics this Wednesday. So, as of the time as I record this video, which is, it's Thursday night, this will be posted Friday, we don't know what's going to happen this Wednesday. We don't know if comics are coming out, we don't know if digital books are coming out. All we know is that Diamond is not releasing comics on Wednesday and obviously doing their orders with retailers. So there are no printed comics coming out this Wednesday. And the real question is, will comics be sold digitally on platforms like Comixology during this time, or are all comic book companies going to put their comics on pause as we wait for Diamond to be able to be in activation again? So that's the big question. And if we go digital, how are you going to read your comics? Are you going to be one of the people that stop completely until printed comics come back, or are you going to read digital comics, and what does this mean for the retailers? So I'm going to give you at least what I think I'm going to do if this happens. Now, I probably will get digital comics in the time being, just because of the nature of my job. So I have to be caught up with all these comics, so I probably will still get digital. But, I think to support my comic book store and I want to support my comic book store, and obviously everyone should be supporting their store at this point, I am going to get those physical comics when they do come out. So I'm guessing some way they're going to catch up, hopefully, for the retailers to sell those books that they weren't able to sell during that time. But obviously that's a struggle as well, because then are those comics not obsolete, but they're not going to get as many sales as they would on that Wednesday. So there's a lot of issues that go into that. So that's what I would do, just to obviously have those books in my collection as well. And I personally like printed comics a lot more than digital comics. I think there's just a totally different feel and reading quality / reading experience when you read printed. So it's definitely not going to be my favorite thing to read digitally, but if stories are still continuing, which it looks like maybe some will, if this happens on Wednesday, then I will read the comics I usually would read that are out. But from what I'm seeing, a lot of indie companies are already pulling their new releases, like a book that I was really looking forward to, The Death of Nancy Drew, will not be coming out this week. So it looks like it's already going to be a pretty small pile if books are coming out. Now, I could do a whole video on the consequences of if this goes completely digital and what this means for print, and there's obviously an argument on both sides, but hopefully us as a comic book community could work together to support the retailers, support the creators, and support the companies that put out these comics, and make a best case scenario in obviously very troubling times where people had to make tough decisions to do this. So that's my opinion on it, is that in any way, shape, and form, I hope you can still support your local comic book store, and we'll see where this goes. I guess my answer is yes, I'll still be doing Comic Uno episode, or Comic Uno's best comic books of the week. I'll still be doing that show. And if there are no comics that come out this week, what I will be doing, my ideas, I guess, is to probably do back issues, probably do like trade reviews of like maybe favorite comics I want to showcase. That way you guys could go to the comic book store and buy those trades or check out new books that you wouldn't have checked out. Also, on the creator standpoint, what I'm planning on maybe doing is checking out Kickstarter or other extremely indie books and spotlighting indie comics and just really high quality indie comics that I enjoy. I've done that in the past, but usually I would take like recommendations or things like that. Honestly, I really want to cater it to my liking though, so I don't know if I'll be taking recommendations from creators. I'd rather just be like, oh, this looks really cool, let me read this. This is really cool, I'm going to spotlight that. Just that way it's very, I guess, more personal, because I think before it's just like, oh, I read this comic, let me talk about it. In this way, it's more catered to my liking, and yeah, that's kind of the direction maybe I would go with it. But let me know in the comments below, what would you like to see if no comic books come out this Wednesday? Because obviously I still want to post content on this channel and talk about comic books every week, and we don't know how long this will be lasting. And also, I guess, would you want me to still review the books that come out digitally? Will that help you? And yeah, what would you like to see? And let's hope that this doesn't last too long and we get back to our normal loving comic book reading every week. So let me know in the comments below what you think. And this is Comic Uno. Let me know also, again, what you'd like to see with this channel. Go check out my Twitter and Facebook. And every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time is Comic Book Weekly, our comic book podcast. So be sure to check that out as well. And check out my comics if you have nothing to read. Like Father, Like Daughters, issue 1 through 5, and They Call Her Dancer 1 through 2 is in the description below as well. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.